Hey, fellow YouTubers, JJ the Trucker, and what in the world is this white stuff on the ground? I mean, I think it was just my last video where I was saying I was doing what I needed to do to avoid this stuff. I'm telling you, sometimes even in the South you can't avoid it. I'm in Flagstaff, Arizona, and yeah, higher elevations. I mean, I'm in Arizona, but I'm on Interstate 40, and yeah, you got to go through Flagstaff and Kingman and Santa Rosa, New Mexico. So yeah, you still can't avoid, unless you're staying really far south, like on the 8, the 10, and the 20. And even sometimes then, you know, Dallas has been getting hit the last couple of years. That's along the 20. So yeah, you're not going to be completely avoiding it. But let's face it, people up north are looking at this going, what white stuff? I don't see none. This is nothing. And it is nothing. I mean, it's fine. It's just a light dusting so far, but there's more snow moving in about 30 minutes to 45 minutes. So I actually got started extra early this morning just so I could get through without getting hit. So, you know, doing that, and then I'm stopping short today because as I'm heading up to the central Northern California area, I'm going through you know, the Bakersfield type area over near the Grapevine. It's going to be snowing. Tehachapi, it's going to be snowing this afternoon, evening. I'm going to get over for this guy here. So I'm going to stop short, just short of that mountain range this afternoon. I've got plenty of time on this load, so not a big deal. So yeah, I'll stop short, you know, take it easy, relax, and then resume in the morning when the snow's all gone, the weather's all gone, the roads will be clear, all that stuff. So yeah, everything will be fine. I do what I can to avoid it. I watch the weather like a hawk. I'm glad this load has plenty of time because it allows me to do stuff like this. It's got just enough plenty of time without it being too much time. The load actually paid really well coming on out here. But I did actually have to shut down yesterday for wind. Yes, I'm lightweight. I've only got 15,000 in the box, actually just under 15,000. And right in the Gallup, New Mexico area, man, that wind was kicking up. The sustained winds were about 20 to 30, which is not too bad, with gusts up to 50. Now, when you're lightweight, anything over 40, you really got to watch it. It probably would have been fine. I didn't see any. The first things to go are usually travel trailers. You usually start seeing those. When you start seeing a travel trailer overturned or jackknifed or something like that, that's when you know. If you're lightweight, get off the road. If you're loaded up, you're fine until you're hitting 50, 60 mile an hour winds. But but yeah, you know, again, I had plenty of time. You know, I stopped, took a shower, relaxed, had lunch. The winds were going to die down later in the afternoon, so that's what I did. Waited until the winds died down a bit, and then carried on. Made it all the way to Winslow, and here I go. So, yeah, winter weather driving. This really isn't winter weather driving. Really, not anything compared to being up north. That's for sure. And again, up north, those rates are ridiculously high. Man, if you're running up north, you should be making some bank. Man, I do miss that. That's why I'm thinking, you know, this was a trial year. I might have to go back to winter driving next year up north. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Good thing is with my finances and my bills, I don't need to. You know, all my bills are getting paid. I'm still saving money. I'm not saving quite as much as I would like to right now, especially seeing those rates up north. Man, it's tempting, but we'll see. Ice driving is still out of the question, so no. And chaining up, no. I just don't want to chain or sock up in my case. So you know, because you know it's not the ideal of getting out and putting the socks on or putting chains on. I've done it. It's not pleasant, but you know, it's part of the job. Sometimes you got to do it. It's not that's not the hindrance. It's that if socks or chains are required, that usually means those road conditions are really bad, and do you really want to be driving on and risking your livelihood? You know, risking something happening to your truck. You know, not really. I don't. Not exactly. So, speaking of that, insurance. I don't think I talked about this in my last video. Insurance. The way that Landstar has their insurance, basically you pay a set monthly amount based on the value of the replacement value of your truck. Now, this truck, brand new with the APU, is $160,000. I figured out the door, you know, after taking off the lot and replacing it, you know, all this stuff, would have been about $125,000. So that's what my insurance was based off of. So you pay the amount based off of that. Now, if something happens and you go to replace your truck and you find a replacement truck for $100,000, well, that's all you get is $100,000. You don't get your $125,000. Conversely, if it costs $135,000 to replace your truck, well, since you've only paid for $125,000, that's all you're going to get is $125,000. Well, now with the prices of trucks just skyrocketing, you know, everybody's being encouraged to review their truck values, and I've had to up mine. I up mine to $160,000 because you know, replacement value on it would be about that. So now I'm paying a whole lot more, you know, per week to up that. So you know, that kind of stinks, but it is what it is. Again, it's your livelihood. Something happens to the truck, I got to have a replacement. You know, I got to be able to get back on the road. So I encourage you, if you're in the same type of position, to do the same thing. Let's see. So let's talk about the big topic. This is the topic everybody is talking about right now: fuel prices. Wow. Fuel prices are just through the roof. We're not going to get into the politics of it, other than the fact that, yeah, you know, we are no longer to be getting fuel or oil from Russia. It's a different type of oil than we have in our ground in the U.S., so even if we were under the drill baby drill policy still, it's a different type of oil. We would still, you know, need to get that oil elsewhere, you know, other than the U.S. There's a lot of politics in there that we could definitely get into, but this is a no politics channel, so we're not going to get into that. You know, bottom line is fuel prices are just going through the roof right now. Here's an example. So I've been in and out of, you know, the Dallas area, passing by Dallas quite a bit. A few, you know, so I ended up fueling at this same station 3 times in a row, 2 days apart from each other, and it's in South Dallas. It's the cheapest fuel in, I think, in all of Texas, maybe, but definitely in that whole area. So the first time I fueled there, it was $3.12 a gallon, which prices have been going up anyway, so you know, it's normally way under $2, but the slow gradual increases before Ukraine, it was, you know, $3.12. 2 days later, I passed by and fuel up, $3.26. Like, ooh. Okay, then 2 days later, I fill up again, $3.49. Like, man, this is just getting crazy. Fuel increases that drastic are pretty rare. And then I didn't fill up 2 days later. I was already leaving the area, but just for comparison's sakes, $4.06. Now, these prices, by the way, are before taxes, okay, not including the fuel taxes, and with Landstar's discount, okay? So we're talking $4 fuel in Texas. $4 a gallon. That's generally reserved for California. Man, So it's ridiculous. I am heading into California, and they're actually, believe it or not, still under $5, barely. But they're still under $5 a gallon as it stands right now. If things keep going up, it's gonna be above that. It's Saturday now. Fuel prices increased only 5 cents overnight from Friday to Saturday, generally in the stations I looked at. So, man. So, what do we do about it? Well, we take Prime's example. We slow down. I'm going slower. Well, I was already going slower before I hit this winter weather and these slick roads. I'm just staying behind this truck right here, just keeping it nice and slow, nice even pace, and I'm gonna do that the whole way out. I'm getting ready to go into California, which is definitely gonna slow me down. 55-mile-an-hour speed limit. So I should be saving fuel there. All right, this guy's getting off the highway. Bummer, he was my pace truck. Now how am I gonna pace? I'm gonna have to do it manually. All right, it's all right. I can do that. Now I got another truck here. Maybe I can just pace behind them. So yeah, slowing it down is definitely going to save on fuel. That'll help. Fuel surcharges. So let's talk fuel surcharges and how they help, but not really. So let's see what's going on here. Let's get over for this guy. And you can probably hear it. It's raining a little bit. It's not really heavy rain. It's drizzle, but there's a bit of headwind. So it's hitting the windshield a little heavier. So yeah, my fuel mileage out here has just been terrible because despite being lightweight, most of that wind has been a headwind, and it's been a heavy headwind. And from Dallas up to...
Keep left to I-40 West.
Yeah, I'm going to stop here at the rest stop here in a moment. So where was I? So yeah, it's all uphill from here to Kingman, basically. It's just all uphill, and then once you hit Kingman, it's downhill for a while. So yeah, elevation changes and wind. So fuel surcharge. Let's talk about that. With Landstar, the way the fuel surcharge works is they come out with the report. You know what? I'm going to pause it from here. This is starting to turn into a little bit of a slushy wintry mix. And I am going to stop here at the rest stop for a moment. And I will resume this in a little bit. See ya. Good morning, everybody. I'm back. Hopefully you guys got a good night's sleep in between all that pause. Oh, wait, that's right. You guys didn't sleep. It was instantaneous for you guys. I got a good night's sleep. Sorry. Anyway. So I know I said I was going to be right back, and I tried. I actually started, once I got out of that weather, I started recording again, and then the weather came back. It was slushy, it was hail, there was a lot of wind. I'm lightweight. I only got like 15,000 and less than 15,000 in the box, so it was a little hairy. Most of that wind was headwind, so it wasn't bad. So I figured, okay, I'll get through the mountains. I'm fueling in Kingman, and then I'll go down the mountains, and then I'll record then. By then all the bad weather will be gone. So fueling in Kingman, man, it was hailing while I was fueling. Little tiny hail, like the gravel size, so it wasn't like anything bad or dangerous. Just pelting me while I'm trying to get fuel in this truck. I'm sitting there on the catwalk, for shelter. Wind's blowing. It was just, man, I was a little miserable there. But got her fueled, got back on the road, got down the hill, and then coming into California, the winds just really picked up. They were really bad. Again, headwinds, but it was bad enough to where every time you're making a little turn, even like little turns like this, now they're kind of diagonal winds. They were never quite lateral. but they were diagonal and still needed some concentration. So it's like, you know what, I'll just do the video later. And the winds did end up getting so bad, and there was a stretch where you're really going diagonal, and I was getting pushed around quite a bit. So I, instead of shutting down in Boron right before Tehachapi, I figured, you know what, I've only got 6.5 hours left on this drive. I've got all day Sunday to do it, and it's not due until Monday morning. Why push it? There's literally no need. If there was really a need, I probably would have pushed through and probably would have been fine. But with the fuel mileage and fuel prices, my fuel mileage was just dying because of this, 20, 30 mile an hour headwind with 50 mile an hour gusts, all going against you. So I was like, yeah, it's not worth it. Just so not worth it. So I went ahead and shut it down again, and it was fine. This morning, woke up, winds are about 10-15 miles an hour, still a headwind, but man, nothing like they were yesterday. So it's all good. And now all that snow and Tehachapi and all that stuff, that's all going to be cleared out by the time I get to it. All that weather stopped yesterday evening. So anyway, I know we're going to get into fuel surcharge. I actually, because I tried doing that video as well, but it ended up being really long compared to what we already talked about. Excuse me for my throat clearing. With the wind, it's picked up all the dust and allergies and stuff. So I'm going to do the fuel surcharge on my very next video. I'm going to record it right after this, so you won't have to wait for long for it. So don't worry about that. But I will tell you this: when it comes to my fuel mileage, I'm a bit happier right now than I was, simply because I had been with the same trailer for a while, like since before my Key West vacation, and it wasn't the worst trailer I've ever had. Obviously, you've seen those, but it was a pretty bad trailer. It was old. It had no aerodynamics on it whatsoever. It didn't roll straight. It was, kind of wobbled back and forth a little bit. So it had an alignment issue and all that stuff. I did get it Landstar inspected. It passed the inspection with 2 tires being replaced. That was early on when I had it. Later on, more tire wear, more tire issues and stuff like that. 4 more tires were replaced. So 6 of the 8 tires were replaced under it being under me. And the other 2 tires were pretty much brand new from the previous person, I would assume. And still, even with those new tires, man, the fuel mileage was terrible. I was really feeling it. So it just so happened I wasn't getting any drop-in hooks. But I finally, on this load, it was a drop-in hook. This was a preloaded trailer, and I'm like, okay, please let it be a good trailer. And yes, it was. Woo! It's a 2021 model. It's only got 43,000 miles on it. All the tires are all brand new. It just, 43,000 miles worth brand new, which is, they all look great. It has skirts, doesn't have any tails, which I'm not even those little tiny side tails. Doesn't have any of that. It's got the built-in top tail lip that kind of goes up. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but it's got that. But that's about it. But it has the skirts, and it rolls nice. And so as this trailer's passing me, you see right there on the top that thing that his is going down. This one has built-in one going up. Signal him on over. So it kind of helps deflect that wind from creating that vacuum in the back, which helps. But it doesn't have those little side tails that a lot of the new trailers have. I'm kind of surprised, but it's all right. My fuel mileage has been, all things considering, the headwind, the increase in elevation for this route has been pretty good. So I'm happy, very happy. And it helps that I'm lightweight, but still, a lot of that's to do with the trailer. So I'm going to try and keep this trailer as long as I can. There's some challenges in that. Let me talk about those real quick. So after this load, I don't have, so I'm heading to Northern Central California. I don't have anything booked to get out of there yet. But as I'm sitting there yesterday, after I recorded the earlier part of the video, and this is on a weekend, my load alerts start blowing up. Now I've got a load alert set for any load that is over $10,000. Okay, if there's a load anywhere, actually I've got it right now set for just the south area, but anywhere in the south that's over $10,000, I at least want to look at it. Okay, I want to see what kind of load it is, see what's going on with it, whether I'm in the area or not. You know, over $10,000 loads are good. So one came across, starts near Dallas, ends near Dallas. In fact, there's like a total of 12 of these. So if you're seeing this from Irving, just search Irving, Texas. If you're with Landstar, search on the board. This load pays extremely well. I can't go into details on what it is yet or where I'm going. But it starts and ends in Irving, Texas. And there's a lot of sitting going on. It's for multiple days. And it pays really, really well, especially including the sitting time. The fuel surcharge is over $1 a mile. Yeah, it's fantastic. Plus loading and unloading accessorials. It's really a great paying load. I went ahead and called the guy and I booked it. Yes, I booked it. Am I in Irving, Texas? No, but it doesn't pick up for a while. It's a future date. So I'm going to make sure to get to Irving, Texas for this load no matter what I got to do. Now, I've already been looking at loads and I know that there are a pair of loads from the same agent that will get me to that area. Okay, so I know I'm covered. It's multiple. It's one of those where it's a regular load. They've got multiple loads each day. So I know I'm good, but those are both dropping hooks. So I'll lose the trailer if I do that. So it's a backup plan. I'll take it if I need to, but I don't want to lose this trailer. I really don't. So I'm going to do what I can to find another load that's going to get me from where I'm at out to Irving, Texas, or the Dallas area. Even if that means deadheading, it's worth it. Not deadheading all the way to Irving. that would kind of suck. But even if it means deadheading to somewhere to pick up a load and then, you know, deadheading a bit to get to Irving, that's fine. It'll pay for itself. So anyways, those are my challenges on doing that and trying to keep this trailer, because man, if I can do that and do this Irving load, I will probably not do another drop and hook. Maybe ever. I don't know. That's how good this trailer is and how much I want to keep it. So we'll see. Anyways, I'm going to wrap up this video here. It's already been long enough. So fuel surcharges, we're definitely going to talk about those. Oh, just a quick fuel update, by the way. That Dallas station that I was talking about, yeah, it's $4.17 a gallon as of this morning. So yeah, it's now more than $1 increase from compared to about a week ago. And fuel prices in California just overnight. Some of the stations are now right at $5 a gallon. I did find a fuel station. It's one of them little offbeat fuel stations. It's not one of the major brands. $3.95 a gallon. I'm not kidding you, $3.95 a gallon. We'll see if it actually is really $3.95 a gallon once I get there. But $3.95 a gallon, and the biggest reason I can see for that is because it's right off the highway, off Highway 99, but the on-ramp and off-ramp going northbound are shut down. And of course, I'm going northbound. So you have to plan ahead and get off at the previous exit, go up some side streets and get there, and then same thing getting back on the highway, got to go up the side street. So it's a bit of a delay, it's out of the way, but $3.95 a gallon, I'll take it. Again, let's see if it's $3.95 once I get there, but I'm sure it'll still be less than $5 a gallon, which is the alternative. So, all right. I will catch you guys on the next video, which I'm going to record right away after this. Talk about fuel surcharges, and I'll release it probably in about 2 days. Give it a little bit of time for you guys to get caught up. All right. Talk to you guys later. In the meantime, stay safe out there, guys, and watch that fuel. Latest.